Claude Fable 5 review features, tests, and real results. Claude Fable 5 had one of the more unusual launches of any major model this year. Now, it released, then got pulled within days due to some export features and some exporting issues. Now, basically, it then came back once those controls were resolved. If you try to access it during the gap and found it unavailable, that was not a bug. It wasn't a product decision. It was a regulatory decision. It's now resolved. Now, I have had real access to it since then, and in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to be giving you the complete picture of what it actually does differently from previous models, what it's genuinely better at, and where it doesn't meaningfully differ from lighter options, and who should actually consider using it for their work. Now, Anthropic has a tiered model lineup. Now, if you come right over here, you can see their different models. So you have Haiku 4.5, Sonnet 4.6, Sonnet 5. Then you have the Opus models. And finally, you have the Fable 5 model right here. Okay. At the top end, recently, you have a Mythos tier that sits above what was previously the Opus range. Now, Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5 are both part of this new Mythos tier. They share the same underlying model architecture and capability profile. Now, the practical difference between Fable 5 and Mythos 5 is not raw capability. It's a set of additional safety measures that Fable 5 carries specifically around biology, cybersecurity, and large language model research. Now, if your work touches any of those three areas specifically, the Fable 5 variant is the relevant one. The behavioral difference between the two in everyday use is quite minimal. Now, it's also worth being clear about what above Opus means practically. Now, Opus was Anthropic's most capable and publicly available model before this launch. Fable 5 sits even above that, which means it is targeting the genuinely hard, complex, long context tasks where even Opus wasn't fully satisfying, not replacing Opus for everyday use cases where Opus was already performing well. Now, Fable 5 and Mythos 5 initially became available on June 9th. 3 days later, on June 12, Anthropic suspended access to both models to comply with the requirements from the U.S. Department of Commerce's Bureau of Industry and Security, specifically export control regulations affecting advanced AI model deployment. Now, access was restored on July 1st following resolution of export control situation. Now, the suspension lasted approximately 18 days. And I want to be specific about this because the narrative around it ranged from accurate to wildly speculative. And the accurate version is simple. A regulatory requirement caused a temporary access suspension. That regulatory situation was resolved and access returned. Now, Anthropic's own announcement is the primary source to reference for the current status, since this is the kind of thing that's worth checking at the source rather than relying on secondhand accounts. Now, getting started with Fable 5 looks like and feels identical to any other Claude model. Same interface, same fundamental workflow, same way of starting a conversation or a project. The difference don't announce themselves through a new user interface or a special mode. They emerge when you actually push the model on harder tasks. Okay. And of course, you can apply this for yourselves at the Claude Pro plan. So without the Claude Pro plan, you will not be able to get this. Now, this is an important thing to calibrate expectations around upfront because if you open up Fable 5 and ask it something you would ask a lighter model, like a simple question or even a short task, a quick draft maybe, you will not immediately notice it being dramatically better. The gains show up specifically under a lot of load, like on complex tasks, and that is a deliberate design reality rather than a disappointment. Now, the single area where Fable 5 most clearly separates itself from previous models in real use is, first of all, long context coherence specifically. Now, the ability to hold a consistent thread of reasoning or narrative across a very long piece of work without losing it is the best. Now, with earlier models, including models like Opus, there is a consistent pattern on very long tasks, strong start, competent middle, and then a gradual decline in coherence and quality as the task extends. Now, earlier decisions getting implicitly revised without acknowledgement, references to earlier context becoming less precise, and the output beginning to feel like something that started with a clear plan and gradually improvised away from it. And with Fable 5, this degradation point is noticeably further out. It holds its reasoning coherence longer, refers back to earlier established points more reliably, and produces a more consistent quality across a long, multi part output. Now, the practical applications for this are pretty specific. Long documented analysis and synthesis, complex multi step research tasks where earlier findings need to be correctly incorporated into later reasoning. You'll also get multi chapter writing projects and complex code bases. Now, for coding tasks specifically, Fable 5 is going to handle larger and more structurally complex code bases with fewer correction rounds than previous models. Now, the improvement is not in basic code generation. Most capable models can write competent code for standard, well defined tasks. It's in understanding the context of a larger existing code base and making changes that are architecturally consistent with what's already there. Now, to be concrete about what fewer correction rounds means, on task, let's say I was doing with Opus that required an average of 3 rounds of correction to get right. Fable 5 was producing acceptable results in closer to 1 or 2 rounds, and on the more complex context heavy coding tasks, specifically, the ratio improved more dramatically than on straightforward isolated coding tasks. Now, this doesn't mean error free output, of course. Edge cases are still going to produce mistakes, and novel architectural situations are still requiring careful review. Now, the improvement is in degree rather than kind. More of the output being usable without revision, less time spent correcting avoidable errors. Now, for long form writing tasks, the pattern matches the long context coherence observations. Within a single long document, Fable 5 is going to maintain voice and structural consistency better than previous models, with less of the gradual drift towards a more generic, flatter quality that tends to set in across a very long generation. Now, simple, fast, and self contained tasks, like any single question with a factual answer, any task where the complete context fits comfortably in a short window, any creative task that doesn't require sustained coherence over a long output, or any coding task where the problem is well defined and isolated rather than context dependent. On all of these, you will notice or you won't notice a meaningful difference between Fable 5 and a lighter model. Now, what you will notice is that Fable 5 is particularly slower. As a more capable, larger model, it's going to take more time per response, and that it costs more per use. Now, for a workload consistently primarily short of fast turnaround work, it works incredibly. Now, as we can see that Fable 5 is a real and meaningful step forward specifically for hard, complex, long context work. It's not a meaningful upgrade for simple, fast, everyday tasks. Now, the launch timeline had a regulatory interruption that obviously made it stop, but it is going to come back, and it's going to come back even better. So that is pretty much about it for this video. That is Claude Fable 5. Thank you for watching all the way till the end, and I'll see all of you next time. Have a great day. Goodbye.